over to Mr. Redfern.
Thank you very much, Marty. Woo! Yay! Chris Johnson. Anyway, before I get into the recap, which we always do anyway, bring you up to date what's been going on over the last 7 days, I just want to give a massive shout out and thank you to Comfort for her show last night that I did with Dr. O. And I'm not even going to pronounce or try to pronounce his surname. Stephen, he is a man of church of God, and he is a pastor all over Africa and doing some amazing things over there. And you know the expression, every day's a learning day. Well, wow, did I learn a few things from this man yesterday. Chris was on there as well in the chat, listening in, and what a fantastic speaker. And this, it just goes to show, doesn't it, which what Marty was saying, with shining a light on other people. These people are there within Onpassive. We just don't know them. And he spoke so well, so from the heart, with his experiences of what he is doing. And it really was, for me, the interesting part was what he's looking at Onpassive for it to do, for what he wants to do. And he knows that he needs money to be able to do the things that he wants to do in Africa, obviously from a church point of view and helping and all the rest of it. One of the most poignant things that he said was, money amplifies what is in your heart. And what a true statement that is that whatever you have in here, as far as your desire is, then money is only going to amplify that. Now, it could be good, it could be bad, couldn't it? You know, if your desire is to have a big flash car and a big flash house and all this exuberance, then that is probably where your money will go there. But if you have within your heart, you want to do and make a difference with the money that you have, obviously sort yourselves out and your family first, then obviously that is going to be amplified within that. And it was a really good discussion, and I just wanted to thank them for inviting me on last night. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it's also going to bring out another bit of a topic which I'll talk about later in the week. So anyway, let's get back to 7 days in review of Onpassive over the last 7 days. Take you back now to the 19th of June, which was last Wednesday. What happened to that? We had 360, and we obviously we talked about lots and bits and pieces, and we also had a new pop-up. Now, the pop-up we had was a very significant pop-up, wasn't it? Was what we'd all been waiting for. It was notification that our new payment processors were live. It gave quite an outline of what to expect as far as this was concerned, even to the point of examples of what to look out for, etc. And this was obviously really good news for all of us. And there was an awful lot of posts done on that as well. Throughout that Wednesday. I'm going to circle back round in a moment later on in the week to some other bits. But let's move forward. On Thursday, the 20th, then, we had our brand new website. Now, we've been waiting actually almost 2 weeks for this new website. For whatever reason, we didn't get one for a 15-day period. But we have one now, brand new website. And again, I keep saying the same things. I've noticed with this website, there's a lot more hyperlinks within the text. Normally, you have the read more area, don't you? Which I've always said, please go and click on where it says read more. But I'm also advising now that where there's hyperlinks within the text area, click on those as well, because it brings up a new page to do with that hyperlink. Why am I advising you and sort of pointing you in this direction? Because the more knowledge that you have about Onpassive and the more knowledge you have about your business, then it is going to pay back you tenfold in the future when you are talking about your very own business. The more knowledge that you have of your business, the better positioned you will be to tackle any questions that are thrown at you. But it also gives you, I suppose, a position of superiority to somebody else, because you know a load more than other people do about your business. You can talk with ease and confidence about what this company is all about. And that's really why I am prompting you to go and read and go and study all as much as you can at the moment whilst you have time, because I can assure you, when things start firing, you are not going to know which way to turn, because things will be coming thick and fast, that's for sure. Also, Thursday, we got a 10-day extension to OConnect. This brings us up to the 1st of July, in fact. That is the next day we'll be looking at for any extensions. Now, I am going to say one thing about extensions, and people say, well, why are we getting 10 days? Why don't we get longer? Why don't we get shorter? Well, bottom line is that our CEO, in conjunction with talking to other people within corporate Onpassive, they feel that things might start happening within that 10-day period. Plain and simple. They don't expect it to go past that time, but for one reason or another, or things hasn't happened as they wish, then they have to put another 10-day extension in place. And this is why at the moment we're having these 10-day slots. So that takes us up to the 1st of July. Also, what happened on Friday, the 21st? Some little bits happened that aren't really that important, but you guys might have noticed them, and so I'm going to bring them up. We hadn't had a refresh on OTracker for 4 or 5 days up to the Friday. And then all of a sudden, OTracker disappeared out of the menu bar on the left-hand side. Now, the reason I'm bringing this to your attention is because this is probably going to be the norm as far as you looking at your very own menu bars. What do I mean by this? Anything that you have purchased and you own, plus the free products, will be in your left-hand menu bar. So it's going to be very specific to you when you log into your own accounts. It doesn't mean that every single person will have the same menu bar, because not everybody will buy every single product. Not everybody will want to do that. So everyone's menu bar is going to be different looking, okay? But one thing's for sure is they took it out, okay, of the OES menu bar down the left-hand side, but they also did add in link number 73 and 74 into the My Link section of your OES. This has now brought us right up to date with all of the web pages that we've had in the past. And the only one, obviously, that is not there is the current one that is in onpassive.com. We also then had a new pop-up. Now, this brings me all the way back round to the first pop-up that we had on Wednesday. And the new pop-up came saying that they have had to take down the payment processors for now. The testing period for those had been done, and they'd gained a lot of information from that trial that they had over the last 3 or 4 days or 3 days from when we had it on Wednesday, and look out for more news coming. Now, people have asked me, well, what's this mean in layman's terms, Red? Well, why have they done this? Quite frankly, they have made a test on those 2 payment processors. Obviously, they weren't happy with how things were progressing, or maybe the fluidity, good word for a Wednesday, of the payment processors. And don't forget, their main aim, okay, throughout all of this is that when they allow the majority to then reactivate and pay again for OConnect once everything has been paid out, etc., there is going to be a very large influx of money into and through these payment processors. What they do not want to do is to have a repeat. And this is why I personally believe that we might see quite a few of these little tests going on So make sure that everything is working 100%. So that is up there at the moment in your ecosystem. If you want to know what it says, just go to login. At the top middle of your ecosystem, there is a little ticker. Click on the down arrow and it will give you more information on that. Saturday, 22nd, not a lot happened. On Sunday, though, on Marty and Chris's live on Saturday, our CEO was in the live chat, giving some really very positive information about you as what you should believe in and all the rest of it. If you want to know what it was, it's very easy. Just go over to Marty or Chris's channel and click on that video from Sunday, and you will be able to see in the chat area what our CEO had to say. So that was pretty cool to see Ash around live in Marty's chat area. That was fantastic. Monday, then, we saw an extension of 21 days to O-Tracker. Very, very different from normal. Normally it's 10 days, but they have made it 21 days. Now, again, people have said to me, why 21? Well, we know that the first thing that we are going to use and to see is going to be OConnect. Okay. And then once everything is sorted with that, then the other paid products will be added. But what our CEO wants to do is to enable those that are using O-Tracker to continue to use it for as long as necessary before it then becomes a paid product. And also, as a side note, it is now just about 1 year that he has allowed us to use O-Tracker for free. So this is a paid product that Onpassive is going to have, and he has allowed us to use it if we wish to for nearly 1 year now. Absolutely amazing. What other company would do that? You know, they would want at least some kind of payment if they could for a user to use a product of that standard. That's for sure. So that was added on Monday, 21-day extension. And it also prompted for the icon of O-Tracker to be put back into your OES. Now, there is one little tweak as well. I don't know how many of you that might have noticed this, but when you are clicking on the icon for OConnect in your menu bar, have you noticed in the past that the O-Chat floating icon, you have to move it out the way so that you can click OConnect? Guess what they did when they revamped the menu bar on OES? They've dropped down now that O-Chat icon slightly so that you can now go straight to the menu bar. You can click on all of the icons without having to move that little floating O-Chat icon out the way. And yesterday, Tuesday, was a quiet day. Nothing went on there. And here we are on Wednesday. And I will update you all next week as far as the 1 week in review. That's it for me. Over to you, Chris.